Alright guys, fall's here, winter's coming fast, so I got another heater review to do. This heater I primarily bought to use in the camper for fall camping, but I will use it this year also in the winter for auxiliary heat. It's a small Quartz infrared heater. I got this one because I like the compact size. Finally got to use it to do a review on it, so let's get started. Alright, so here I have a LifeSmart infrared quartz heater that I purchased. I got this on Amazon. If you watch this review and you think that this is the heater that you'd like to have, I am an Amazon affiliate. There will be a link in the description below. You can go down there and click on it. It'll take you to the website to purchase one of these. I was looking around, looking online, doing research, and I wanted a quartz heater primarily for the camper, for fall camping, because we always do fall camping trips. I found this one and I really liked it for the compact size. Most of the 1500 watt heaters I found were very large. So when I found this one, I figured I'd give it a shot. So finally, a couple weeks ago, I got to use this and it worked great. Now this one says it's for a large room, family room, master bedroom. These are supposed to be for supplement heat. Like in the winter time, they're not supposed to be your main furnace. They're just supposed to supplement heat. It's got 3 settings we'll get to eventually, an eco, a low, and a high. And like I said, I did get a chance to use this here, and it worked awesome. The camper, it got down to about 42 degrees the one night, which 42 is not extremely cold, but I could use the heater in the camper. I just prefer using something like this because one, I don't have to use my LP gas and I don't have the noise of the camper furnace turning on and off all the time. We turn this on eco mode. It keeps it at 68 degrees and it only uses 4 of the 6 elements. It maintained the camper fine, and then at nighttime I had to turn it on low, and we knocked it down to 66, and then we ended up knocking it down to 64 because it kept it quite warm in there, and this thing would just turn on and off. Nice thing with this is the only noise you hear is a light fan. It didn't really wake the kids up or anything, so it was nice. It maintained the camper perfect temperature, nice and quiet, and it didn't cost me any gas. So I liked that aspect of it. Now the camper size in which I used this on was inside dimensions are 30 foot in length, and it has 1 large slide out. And this thing had no problem, even on the eco and the low setting, of keeping that camper at a good temperature. One thing I will note, whatever the temperature set on this heater, I read in the instruction manual, like if we had it at 64, it always seemed like the thermostat in the camper on the other side of the room was always 2 degrees warmer. It says that's normal since the thermostat is low to the ground on these heaters. Heat rises, the thermostat in your home or anywhere else will always generally be 2 degrees warmer. So I just wanted to note that would be normal if you do get one of these. Next, I want to go over the dimensions of this and why I like this. All right, just to give you an idea of how small and compact this heater really is, I'll put it next to a basketball. Now the heater is larger than a basketball, but it gives you sort of a general idea of how small and compact this little heater really is. The heater weighs in at just over 8 pounds. I think in the instruction manual it said it was 8.25 pounds. And to show you the dimensions, I could tell you, but it's easier, it looks better when I show you. It's 10 inches wide. The heater is roughly 12 inches deep, and it's 12 inches tall. So great little heater for the size. Like I said, it worked great in the camper. I liked it because I could store it in a cabinet when I'm not using it, underneath a table, anything like that. It didn't take up much room, and you didn't have to worry about tripping over it or anything like that. All right, so now I'd like to go over operation and some of the features. Just to give you an idea, in the instruction manual it tells you wattage and BTUs. So at 1500 watts, this thing would put out 5,118 BTUs, and at 1000 watts, it puts out 3,412 BTUs, just to give you an idea of what it puts out. Now it also does say in the instruction manual, I wanted to point this out, it says that infrared heaters will not work well in uninsulated, unheated spaces like screened-in porches, RVs, garages, and unheated basements, and etc. Now, my camper is insulated, and I wouldn't use this for the main heat. I could always set the the temperature of my main furnace. So if this thing wouldn't keep up, my main furnace could kick on, but I don't think you'd have to worry about it. Like I said, this thing worked great in a camper or RV. I was happy with it. It does come with a remote control, and now I'll go over some of the options here. All right, now I'm going to go over the operation of the heater. On the back of the heater, there's a main power switch. You turn that on, now the heater's on. I do want to note, I do have this plugged into the extension cord right now. This is a short, heavy-duty extension cord, but you're not to use an extension cord with these. It'll even mention it right there on the tag. Do not use this with an extension cord. You're supposed to plug this heater directly into the wall, so make sure you do that. The only reason I'm doing that is I just wanted to get the heater far enough out here to go over the functions and show it to you to where I'm not hugging the wall. But make sure if you get one of these, you plug it directly into the wall. Do not use an extension cord. First, you can go by turning the heater on. Here's the main power switch, which it turns on. Now you got to give it a couple seconds and it starts to warm up, and then you'll see the fan will kick on and it'll start running, which it just did right there. Now the fan's running. This button is to change it from Fahrenheit to Celsius, whichever one you want. Here's your temperature control. You can go down and raise and lower it. It'll go as low as 50 degrees and it goes as high as 90. This is the timer button. So you can set this all the way up to 12 hours. If you wanted to set it for a certain amount of time, it'll automatically shut off. There is a lock button to where you can lock it to where no one can accidentally touch it and mess with it. You just hold that in and it will lock. Then you have to hold in for like 5 more seconds to unlock it. Unlocked. This is the mode setting. So you got an eco, and what eco does is it just maintains 68 degrees, and it only uses 4 of the 6 quartz elements. And it's just supposed to be a power saving mode. I did use this, it works well. Then you can go to high and low, and this, you set the temperature to wherever your desired temperature is, and when this gets to the desired temperature, this thing will shut off and turn on as needed. It does work very great for that. One thing else I wanted to note, it does have a anti-tip feature on this, so if you would bump it, knock it over, it'll automatically shut it off. And it'll also, if it overheats, gets too hot, it will also shut the unit down from that as well. It does come with remote control. You can adjust your temperature up and down. You can set the timer from the remote to whichever you want. And it's got the settings here, so you can switch it from eco, high, low, whatever you'd like. It's got a lock and a power button all in the remote control. So remote control is also pretty nice on this. Like I said, the one thing I like about this heater a lot is if you listen, it's not loud. I plan on using this heater even in the house this year. If I run into any problems with this heater at all, any failures, anything that happens with it, I will comment below to let you know. But so far using this heater, we've liked it and it worked great.